Hello, I am in the kitchen again, and I thought, what the heck, I'll just show everybody how I'm gonna make the dinner that I'm making tonight for my family. We feel like, first off, we've been doing keto, so we've been consuming more fat, fewer carbs, less starchy carbs, no sugar, all of the things. We've been eating a little too much meat, and we're just feeling like we need more vegetable. So my plan for tonight is to make like a zucchini pasta. So I'm gonna make zucchini noodles or zoodles with a spiralizer, which I will show you. And I'm gonna do for the sauce, I'm basically just gonna do sauteed, like caramelized onion in olive oil with mushroom and a lot of garlic. And we're gonna do Italian herbs too on the zucchini. And so that'll be really good. And then we're gonna top it with hemp hearts, and which are delicious, and they kind of feel like, you know, Parmesan or something on top, and nutritional yeast, and should be really good. Yeah, I've got a few things here. We also have tomatoes, lemon, salt. We'll see how it all goes down as I make this, and then I may make a side dish, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna start with the zucchini pasta. So to begin, I'm going to spiralize the zucchini noodle. Okay, so you just gotta lock the feet so that it stays stuck to the surface. And then I trim the zucchini and I cut them in halves, so I take the top off. I cut them in halves and just plug it on there. There are different size blades for different size noodles. This is the 3mm, and you just crank it. I don't normally measure, but for the sake of doing this, this is about, let's say, 1/4 cup of olive oil. Let's just pour it. I'm gonna do another 1/4 cup, so it'll be a 1/2 cup total. Okay. Lovely. And for the seasoning, let's say, I'm gonna go with a whole tablespoon. A whole tablespoon, just kind of sprinkled in. Let's do 2 tablespoons. Let's make this really like herbally. And then for salt, let's say, go with a teaspoon, a whole teaspoon. That's plenty. And then I'm just gonna toss it up a little bit, which little spaghetti utensil is nice. Okay, so I'm basically marinating the zucchini noodles. They're just gonna sit here for a while with the herbs and the olive oil and the salt. And I'm going to switch to making the sauce. Okay, I'm gonna start with an onion. I start with the onion first because I wanna get that nice caramelized base going. I'm cutting them long so that they can just kind of blend in with the zucchini noodles. And I'm going to start these over medium. Actually, I'm going to turn it up to medium-high. And I'm going to pour some water in. Not much, but just enough to kind of like coat the bottom of the pan. That might have been like a 1/4 cup. And now I'm going to cook it. I'm actually going to turn it up on high because I'm impatient and I want to get it going. So we're going to basically cook all the water out of this so the onions will already be kind of cooked by the time we move on to the mushrooms will be next. So I'm going to start chopping the mushrooms. I want a lot of mushrooms to really make it feel meaty and substantial, even though there's no meat in it. Okay, the water's cooked out, but I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer so it starts kind of browning on the pan. They're in here dry right now. I'm gonna put just a little bit of oil, just to get them browning a little bit more, maybe a little bit faster. I don't want to use too much oil here because I'm going to use some in a minute. So just letting them kind of get dry and hot on the pan. Again, it's over medium heat right now. See how the pan's getting brown? The onions are starting to get a little brown. I'm going to pour a little water in just to release some of the brown off of the pan and let it get into the onions. So the onions are starting to turn brown because we pulled some of the brown up off the bottom of the pan. And we're going to let that happen 1 or 2 more times. Okay, so that water's cooking out. Things are a little more caramelized. Okay, the pan is nice and brown again. Hopefully you can see that in the video. There's a layer of brown here. So we're going to once again just pour in a little water. Try to keep your hand out of the steam because it can burn. I'm going to add the mushrooms in, and I'm going to do an even layer of mushrooms. Try to get just a whole layer so that I can get them all salted. It's imperative, if you want your mushrooms to taste good in a dish, you got to salt them. So I'm not really going to measure this out because it's not really like that. Just whenever you're cooking mushrooms, you just want to get a light layer on all of the mushrooms. Salt is not bad. It's good for us. Our body needs it. It's an electrolyte. And it's really the type of salt that matters. So if you're eating Morton's table salt, ditch it. It's highly processed, stripped of all of its nutrition. All right. So a nice layer of salt. Give that a second. I'm going to cut up, these are the discs from the zucchini. I'm going to chop them up to put them in the sauce. Give the mushrooms a little stir. Okay, so while that's cooking on medium-low, I'm going to prep the garlic. When the garlic get really small on the inside and kind of like annoying to peel, I actually put them in a Ziploc bag in the freezer with other vegetables to use for making stocks and broths later. And then I do want chunks of garlic in here, so I'm gonna just do a rough chop. And then I think I'm gonna prep some tomatoes because I feel like it's gonna need color. This is about 4 ounces of tomatoes. Like a half of that container I just had. And I'm just slicing them into thirds. Okay, now that the water is cooking out, I'm going to lower it back down to medium. And now is when we put the zucchini in. You gotta kind of work the sauce in, and then we're gonna cook this until it's dry because the zucchini noodles are gonna release a lot of moisture too. I think I'm gonna do a little red onion too, just because I love having a little crunch and a little more color. And then I'm gonna plate this. So I grabbed a red bowl just to enhance the look of the whole thing. It'll be just prettier that way. So yeah, lots of color is good. So let's just cut these and then get that right in the center. And then just drop like a little nest in there. You could get a little bit more. And you want to push it out a little bit. We're going to put some mushrooms and onions. You want to kind of get them around the periphery. This really doesn't make that much considering how much produce went in, because when you're eating just vegetables, you can really eat a lot. Okay. So we got it like that. Okay, I just want to show how I'm going to plate this. This is why my dishes look so pretty, is because I pay attention to color. Just a little red onion. I'm going to do hemp seed all over. Maybe a little more mushroom and onion here in the center. And then some nutritional yeast. And then a few more tomatoes. Let's flip over this mushroom. Okay, so it's all done. I didn't record one part, but I realized I had some chive, and it's very hard for me not to have fresh herbs on my food. So I chopped up some chive, and I wanted to show you the final product here. So we've got zucchini noodles with an olive oil sauce with lots of garlic and mushrooms and onion, caramelized onion, and topped with tomatoes and some chive, along with hemp hearts and nutritional yeast. So it's quite delicious. It's vegan. It's totally vegan. If you wanted to enhance this in a different way, while it was still in the saute pan before plating it, with the oven turned off, so still hot but not cooking, adding in, you know, like a tablespoon of ghee or butter for just that delicious buttery taste. And sometimes I like to add a little bit of coconut kefir for a creamy, sour taste. Oh, and here comes my daughter busting in. But anyway, that can make it a little creamier and yummier, but this is what I wanted today. I'm avoiding dairy, and I just wasn't feeling the coconut kefir, so kept it simple. This is dinner. Looking forward to it. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did enjoy it, let me know by hitting the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you're digging the cooking videos, because I think I'm gonna make more. And if you have tips for making them better, please. I have an old, small 1960s kitchen, so I can't do too much in terms of the set, but anyway, I'm gonna tend to my daughter now. Thanks for everything.